Okay, so this is the Spark 9 Pro Sport Edition. Now, we've seen this happen multiple times. A company brings out a phone and then after a couple months, they bring out a special edition of that same phone. And they do this to get people talking about the phone again and ultimately drive up sales. Now, they did this with the Camera 19 Pro with the special Mondrian edition, the one that changes color. And now they're doing it again. But this one doesn't change colors. So what's different? Well, really, it's just the design. It just looks different. I actually kind of like it. It's giving special edition. At the corners, it looks crystal-like, and at the middle, it's white and has a textured finish. It's cool, but what would have been cooler is if they did something with the accessories, like if they customized the charger and the cable, or even the wired earphones. But yeah, it's just the regular white accessories. We also didn't get any special theme or wallpaper, so this is really just the Spark 9 Pro but with a different finish on the back. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I mean, look at the specs of the Spark 9 Pro. 32 megapixel selfie camera, 50 megapixel main camera, a 1080p LCD display, the Helio G85 processor, 4GB of RAM, 5000 mAh of battery. Like, these are pretty decent specs for a phone at this price. Now, I wasn't able to actually review the Spark 9 Pro back when it came out because Tecno didn't send the phone to me, thank you guys. But I remember the general feeling around the Spark 9 series was quite positive because they did a lot of things right. Like for example, the Helio G85, it's a very decent chipset for this price point. Like you can play virtually all games at medium settings, multitasking as well is really good. Like I also said, this comes with 4GB of RAM. In addition, you can actually get up to 3GB using virtual RAM. And this was also the first Tecno phone to get Android 12, and it doesn't look like it would be getting Android 13. But if you can get rid of the bloatware, which isn't difficult, then you would have a pretty stable and enjoyable experience while using this phone. The major negative of the Spark 9 Pro is actually the display, or its lack of a 90Hz display. What was really odd though is that the 9T, which I reviewed, the cheaper one, actually got a 90Hz refresh rate, and this didn't. Well, here's the thing, unless you're coming from a higher refresh rate display, like if your previous phone was a 90Hz display, you really wouldn't notice. But still, they should have still given us 90Hz, but I guess they traded 90Hz for a 1080p display. And really, if I had to choose between 90Hz and 1080p, I'll actually pick 1080p. Because I mean, look at the quality of this screen. I mean, it's still an LCD display, but it still looks pretty crisp. What would you choose, 1080p or 90Hz? Let me know down in the comments. The cameras are 50 megapixel rear, 32 megapixel selfie, and overall they produce good images. The processing, in my opinion, is spot on, color is accurate, and it's quite detailed. Video is maxed out at 2K with no stabilization for both the rear and selfie cameras. Tell me your thoughts about the photo quality and video quality of the Spark 9 Pro in the comments. Battery is 5000 mAh and has 18 watt fast charging. It's not exactly fast, but it does last a whole day typically, so 2 hours of charging wouldn't be that bad. And yeah, like I said at the beginning, this is basically the Spark 9 Pro but with a refreshed design, and that would cost you 116,800 naira. That's actually the same exact price as a regular Spark 9 Pro right now, thanks to dollar. So the question is, do you prefer this special edition design over the regular Spark 9 Pros? Let me know in the comments. So to those 3 people that I promised I was going to check out the Spark 9 Pro, this is kind of me doing that, even though it's coming a little late. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I would see you when you see me.